So I'm doing oatmeal with raisin, cinnamon, a little bit of salt, and breakfast. You let the water boil, then you throw on the oats for 5 minutes boiling, and then after 5 minutes you turn it off and you just let it steam in itself for 5 minutes, and then you eat it. So I'm steaming it right now, or letting it sit for 5 minutes, however you want to look at it. So I got 3 minutes and 34 seconds left. So it's July 1st, 2017, and I moved to New York 21 years ago today. July 1st, 1996. I moved to New York. So yeah, I was thinking about going and retracing my steps that first day, and looking at the places where I stayed and where I lived back in my early days in New York City. So I looked it up, and July 1st, 1996 was a Monday. Yeah, so how I got to New York in the first place was I was living in LA. I moved to LA in '93, and I moved out of May of '96. And I stayed 1 month with my parents, June of '96 with my parents, and I moved up here July 1st, '96. I remember my friend Chris drove me to the New Jersey train station, New Jersey Transit train station, and I ended up here. It's been 21 years. Where does the time go? Yeah, so I just remember walking through Penn Station and coming out the 7th Avenue side and jumping in a cab and heading down 7th Avenue to Grand and Thompson. So yeah, that's the building I stayed in when I first got here. And down below used to be a place called Cafe Noir. So how I ended up over here was I was living in LA, and my roommate out there had this girl that he knew that was moving to New York at the same time as me, and she knew 2 girls that were living in this building, and they let me stay there for a few days, and I ended up finding an apartment at 301 East Houston. So yeah, I guess it was like 3 or 4 days I stayed here, because I definitely remember spending July 4th that year with those 3 girls and their friends. And the funny thing is, I don't know what happened to any of those people. I didn't stay in contact with them at all once I moved. So that's the building behind me right there. That's 301 East Houston. That's the first place I lived in New York City. It was a 3-bedroom apartment. I rented one of the bedrooms. I paid $400. And this red building next to it was an abandoned building when I lived here. And my bedroom looked out into an abandoned room in that apartment. So it's changed a lot. And right across the street was a 24-hour auto mechanic. So it was drilling all night, like, and it was Puerto Rican, so they played like salsa music all night long. Now there's a popular community bank right there. So yeah, this is the doorway I walked through every day for 2 years. Downstairs there was a deli, and it's an abandoned storefront right now. So I lived over here from July of 1996, and I moved out in 1998, and I moved over to 157 Suffolk Street. So that's 157 right behind me, 157 Suffolk Street. I found the same way through Roommates NYC, and I went over there, and there's 2 girls living there, a Scottish girl and an Asian girl, and I lived there from 98 to 2000. The street pretty much stayed the same, really. There's a new community garden right here. This sign has been here since I lived here in 1998, and it looks exactly the same as it did back then. This building's new right here. It used to be a school. That's 157 East 2nd Street right behind me. I lived here from 2000 till 2011 when I moved out to Brooklyn. And how I got this place is one of the girls that I lived with on Suffolk Street. She met this guy and moved in here, and they had a kid and got married, then moved off to Portland. And they actually moved out to Bay Ridge first, and when they moved to Bay Ridge, they gave me the apartment here. It was a sublet from a guy that bought into this place. It's a co-op building. So yeah, I was here for that long, and I mean, I've basically been in this neighborhood from '96 to 2011. Then I went out to Brooklyn, so this was like my home for a long time. I'm on 2nd Street and Avenue A, and this corner I walked on every day for 11 years. I mean, this was where I've always was here. You know, walking to work, going out, hanging out, whatever. So it's strange to be back, really. I haven't been down here in a while. Just walking around, taking it easy. I was thinking maybe going to Katz's and getting a hot dog. It's changing over here now too. They knocked down that whole area, putting up a building right next to Katz's.
One of the areas one just hold on to the ticket. We're going all the way up. No, we got to take
it. So it was really crazy in there. It was packed, and I got a hot dog real quick, but I couldn't get to the fries, man. There was such a line, so I just had a hot dog. It was $4.30 for the dog. It was a really good dog there, though. And people right next to me had pastrami sandwiches. They looked outstanding. They have the best pastrami sandwiches in the world here. So if you're ever in New York, go to Katz's, get pastrami. So I just got a jalapeno and cheddar knish at Jonas Schimmel. And I just should have got a potato. I don't know why I got the jalapeno and whatever cheddar, but that's what I got. So since I didn't get my potato fix at Katz's, I went to Jonas Schimmel to get a knish. Just went into Monk thrift shop, looked around. I had 2 t-shirts in my hand and put them back, didn't buy them. So whatever. Good store though. I've been wanting to come to Dual Specialty store for a while now. I've been out of so many different spices. So I'm gonna go in here, pick up what I need, then probably go back to Brooklyn. I spent $37.44 on spices, so I'm stocked up for a while. Although I know I forgot something, I'm gonna have to come back for it. Headed over to No Relation Vintage, checking some stuff out over there. And I gotta go home because I'm spending too much money. So I didn't get anything, and I gotta go home because there's too many temptations of spending money in New York City. So yeah, I'm just gonna walk over to Union Square and go home. So I stopped off in Stuyvesant Square. I'm gonna eat that knish. You know, when I bought it, he said, "You wanna eat it now?" And I said, "Yeah," and then he microwaved it. And I can't stand microwave food. I don't know. I just don't know what a microwave is, and I don't know how it heats up food. It just seems like an unnatural thing to me, so I don't like eating microwave food, and he made it really hot. It's been sitting in my bag for like an hour, and it's still pretty hot, but it's good enough to eat now. It's not too hot that it's gonna burn me, so I'm gonna eat it here, then jump on the train. So you can kind of see the jalapeno and cheddar cheese in there. It's okay, I haven't really bitten into the jalapenos yet. I just kind of broke it open. I ate more of the potato side. Yeah, I got jalapeno that time. It's just like the pickled jalapenos you buy in, you know, in the store in the jars. I don't like those. If it was fresh jalapenos, it would be much better. So yeah, that knish was pretty good, I guess. I mean, I'd probably get a regular one next time. I mean, my mouth's a little on fire from those jalapenos, but it's not so bad. But yeah, so I'm walking to this Union Square now. Just gonna cut across 15th Street here. I gotta say, it was nice walking around the old neighborhood today. I mean, I haven't been down there in a long time. It just reminded me how much I walked all the time. When I lived down there, I just went for walks all the time. Now I don't ever leave my apartment in my neighborhood. I never want to go outside. Finally in Union Square, I'm gonna get on the queue. Can't wait to get home, really. Been out for a while now. Double rainbow.